guys. I want to discuss something today from the Blue Cliff record. It's a koan about Lung Yu, but it's not the koan that's important. It is the note. And I'll explain what I mean in a second. So the koan goes like this. Lung Yu comes to this master and asks him, what is the meaning of Bodhidharmas coming from the West? And the master says, pass me the meditation cushion. So he passes it to him, and he hits Lung Yu with it. And then Lung Yu says, I'll let you hit me if you want to hit me, but there's still no meaning to Bodhidharmas coming from the West. And then the whole thing repeats. He goes to another master and he says, what is the meaning of Bodhidharmas coming from the West? And he says, pass me the meditation brace, which is the thing you lean on while you're meditating. So he passes it to him and he hits Lung Yu with it. And Lung Yu says, I'll let you hit me if you want to hit me, but there's still no meaning to Bodhidharmas coming to the West. So then later on, a monk asks Lung Yu, when you met those two worthies, how do you feel about the way that they acted? And Lung Yu says,
Hi, Daddy.
hey, buddy. I agree with them.
Hi, Daddy.
Hey! But there's still no meaning to Bodhidharmas coming from the West. Now, what's the significance of that? Bodhidharmas coming from the West is like one of the oldest questions you can ask. It's like, what is Buddha? It's just a cut and dry generic question. There's 1,000 different answers you could say. A great example is Uman's speech about how there's no meaning in words. You know, we already have the Tripitaka, the Pali Canon. We already have gajillions of words. So if words were important, then what's the meaning of Bodhidharmas coming from the West? Why did Bodhidharma have to come? We already had words, right? So this is a dead horse which has been beaten a gajillion times, and that's part of Lung Yu's point, right? It's not about the masters. The masters responded. Did they know what Lung Yu was doing? I'm not sure. But Lung Yu knew what they were doing. When they passed him the meditation cushion, he knew what they were going to do with it. How could he not, right? What other, smacking people is a thing in Zen, right? And that's important because they didn't just smack him. They asked him to pass the meditation cushion to smack him with that. And he did pass it to them, right? So he knew what was going on. He was making a point. So if he agrees with them, if he accepts, if he accepts their point, then what? Why is there no meaning to Bodhidharmas coming from the West? But that's not what I want to talk about. There's a verse done on that by satori. Hey. What? No, I'm making a video. What's up?
Can you move these rocks back to the...
Yeah, of course. So, in this poem, and he actually wrote two poems because he didn't feel that the first one had fully captured his admiration for Lung Yu. Right? He made a second poem, and in this poem he says, the clear pond cannot contain the blue dragon's coils.
How are you doing?
Now, what is the meaning of that, and how does it relate? Are we the clear pond, or are we the blue dragon? If I'm enlightened, right, clear pond enlightenment, right? If I'm enlightened, does that mean that I'm just a clear pool and I have no need of this blue dragon of thought? Well, that doesn't seem to make much sense, except in an inverted sort of way, because the blue dragon is a symbol of wisdom and ultimate power. Or is it rather that we are the blue dragon and we're seeking the clear pond, but it's not really something for us to seek. It's not really a home for us, right? The fact that it's blue is very important because in Zen they like to fuck around with qualia, right? The moon and the pearl, the redness of an apple versus the redness of a fire hydrant. Are they the same or are they different? The blue dragon's home is the sky. And the next verse or the next line in the poem shows that, talking about layers upon layers, limitless blue. See, the blue dragon's only home is the sky. He's already in his home. So why is he seeking this clear pool, thinking it can contain him? Does he have to go in the pool? Does he have to go in the muddy pool and wait for it to be clear before he realizes that all his coils don't fit? There's only one place for the blue dragon. But how does that relate to what Lung Yu did? Saying that Bodhidharma's coming from the West has no meaning. It's not merely a nothingness, because nothing is still something, especially if you make nothing into a something, if you cling on to nothing, right? Like the clear pool. There's nothing to cling on to. You already are in the nothing. You already are the blue dragon. You already know the answer to the poem, the answer to the poem. You already have it in you. It's not a question of figuring it out. It's a question of realizing that you can't figure it out. And it's already there. Until next time, my friends.